The quarter three numbers for Palmetto Trace are in. My name is Jacob Willenberg with the Duran Group at Berkshire Hathaway. And I'm going to go ahead and break down those numbers for you and what they really mean. So in the third quarter, we had 6 properties sell in Palmetto Trace. I have this in order by the month that they sold. So this one here in July, then one more in August, and then we actually had 4 homes sell in September. This one right here, we actually sold with the Duran Group. And then we had 4 properties come off the market in the third quarter. Currently for sale, 9 properties currently for sale in Palmetto Trace, 1 attached single family, and then the other 8 are detached single family homes. Now, the next chart that we're gonna look at is months of inventory. So if you've seen my videos before, then you know this is a key metric that we like to follow. And what this means is this is how long it would take to completely sell out of inventory if no new home came on the market. So 5 to 6 months is traditionally a neutral market. Anything above, we're in buyer's market territory, and anything below, we're into seller's market territory. So this chart right here pulls all the detached single family homes in Panama City Beach. So if we look just here at third quarter, we started about 6.46 months and we ended in September about 7.37 months. So continued trickling up in buyer's market territory. Now, traditionally, if we look back in the fall, we traditionally continue going up, especially as we get closer to holiday season, and people put real estate shopping on hold for a little bit. And then in January, we typically see a spike with a lot of homes coming on the market in preparation for the spring season. Price trends typically go opposite. So if we're going up in months of inventory, then we typically see the pricing come down. So here, seeing the price trickle down, the average sold price in Panama City Beach was $589 in September. Now, looking at Palmetto Trace in particular, so in September, we actually finished at 2.33 months, which would be typically considered a very strong seller's market. It is, skewed a little bit just because, as you remember, we did have, 4 sales that happened in September. So essentially, this is saying, hey, if that trend continues, then we're going to be out of inventory in Palmetto Trace in 2 months if nothing new came on the market. Traditionally, we don't see that trend continue as we go through the fall. Here you can look at fall in 2024. It's empty because we had no sales in those months. So if that trend continues here, then we could see this number go back up, especially with 9 homes currently on the market. And if that goes up, then we typically will see more pressure on pricing. When we look at the price trends here in Palmetto Trace, here we seen in September the average sold price go down compared to where it was in August, kind of similar to where we were in July. So that is something as we see, traditionally if the months of inventory continue, if it goes back up, we can see more pressure on this as well. Now, because we also have attached single family here in Palmetto Trace, I also want to look at this market as well, since they're kind of 2 different markets. So this is the months of inventory for the attached single family for the entire Panama City Beach. So in September, we ended about 5.45 months, which is, that's right there in the neutral market territory. So actually, we've improved in quarter 3, starting at 7 months going down. So Again, historically, same thing, in the attached single family as it is in the detached. Um, the fall, we typically see this number go back up as we get closer to the holiday season. Looking in Palmetto Trace, not a whole lot of data. So wherever you see blank spaces means that we just had no sales. Because we had no sales, we don't have much data to support that. Here in September, we were at 2 months of inventory, because we did have a sale, so we do have a data point, but still not a whole lot of data here to kind of go off of. So um, that's kind of what's going on here in Palmetto Trace. I think a couple of things to keep in mind is, marketing continues to be very important. The feeling out there along the entire beach is, things are much slower. Buyers have more options. You have a lot of new construction offering a lot of incentives, much lower interest rates and things, and those are things that, if you're looking to sell, those are things that we're competing with. As we get closer to the holiday season, things typically, like I said, are going to even slow down much more. So what does 2026 look like? I think, we got to continue watching this interest rate, watching the Fed rate. Do they, lower that Fed rate more, a couple times more? And do we continue seeing interest rates come down and maybe more buyers coming to the market? So I think this is a good opportunity right now for buyers that are out there looking. They have, like I said, they have lots of options. So this is good for them. If you're looking to sell, it's tough out there, but make sure your marketing is good, make sure your pricing is correct, and people are still shopping for real estate, shopping for homes, so they're moving to our area. We have a lot of growth in our area, especially around Palmetto Trace with the new hospital coming, what they're doing in Pier Park. So a lot of good opportunities. So yeah, that's the recap for Palmetto Trace. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you next quarter.